What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so a little late getting around to this, but we do have the second half of the uniforms here for the 10th anniversary. We have Ghost, Taskmaster, and Winter Soldier. So we have another Winter Soldier. He just got a uniform, like, very, very recently, so we'll have to see what this uniform looks like. Yes, hopefully it'll probably be about the same as the previous one, but let's go ahead and look at them in order here. We have Ghost coming up first here. So Ghost is getting a uniform finally. This one came out quite a while ago, didn't it? Well, Ant-Man and Wasp. How long? I don't even remember what year the movie came out, but it has been a while. So yeah, here we have the new look for Ghost. And let's see. Hopefully this will give her some much needed buffs. So it changes both of her passives. And then when debuffed, apply to Thunderbolt allies, remove debuffs. So she has a support there that will make all of the Thunderbolt characters basically immune to debuffs. Alright, 2-2 passive. So ignore dodge by 30%. We have increased skill damage by 35%, or by 45%, and bonus damage by 35%. 25% increase to, or decrease to damage received. Let's see. 4-star passive is just 100% chance to become immune to physical damage, 3 seconds on a 10-second cooldown. So it's not going to be up for a lot of the fights, but it will be up for, a good portion. It's going to be 30% there of the time. All right, nothing there, nothing there. We have invincibility and a damage proc for 100% on the 3rd skill. The 4th skill, we got a whole mess of debuffs up there for the enemy. Decrease the enemy's attack, speed, remove any special effects. Okay, which is HP, time freeze, reflect, all damage immune. Excludes tier 4 striker skills. Oh, so, okay, yeah, so if you use her as a striker, she's not going to strip all of that stuff there. It has incapacitation. But anyway, she gives herself a barrier and all attack by 50%. So a lot of that stuff there looks like maybe it's PvP kind of focused. All of the stuff that she removes and prevents and kind of hinders the enemy. 5th skill. 5th skill here, we have 100% chance to be immune to all damage for 6 seconds. We have increase all attack by 50% and all defense by 40% and increase speed by 5%. Yeah, so she doesn't have any accumulation on any of these skills. I can't remember if her awakening skill has accumulation though. I'll have to check that. Yeah, it seems very basic. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of stuff here on her skills. So I'm not very impressed with her kit here. With all of the damage immunity though, the barrier, the invincibility, it does make it seem like she might be aimed towards PvP, but I don't know. Let's see. So hopefully her skills will impress me. So first skill. A few kicks, teleports around. Is she even an iframe for that? No, none of that is an iframe. Okay. Second skill. Second skill is an iframe, but it is very short. 3rd skill. Okay, she's planting bombs all over the place. Do we get any of those bombs if we... So let's plant one and then... No, can't get phantom bomb placements. Oh, the bomb didn't even explode since we canceled the skill. Huh, okay. And 4th skill. Okay, she had this before, so it's just kind of her damage aura going on here. Alright. 5th skill. Okay, another short one. So we probably want to proc on 3 then for all of those bombs, because we can just do 5, toss that, 4, get the thing down, and then just start planting some bombs. And then boom, there we go. Probably something like that. Yeah, there's not really... Yeah, I don't... She might be able to use a damage proc, but I don't know. To do some damage, yeah, because Yelena spraying bullets there. So I don't think she's very damage proc friendly either. I don't know, I mean, skill rotation seems okay, but it's nothing that's really impressing me so far. And she actually had a tier 3. For some reason, I thought she was an awakening character, but she has a tier 3. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming we should be able to cancel that. Yeah, there we go. Cancel that. So, can we see... Yeah, it doesn't show you the tier 3. That's so annoying. Like, when you hold down on skills in here, it's supposed to pop up the big old text window there that tells you what it does, but it doesn't do that for the tier 3. So I'm curious if it has, let's hit it again. If it has accumulation or not. Ignore dodge, invincibility, penetration. But no accumulation. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. She seems very underwhelming to me. I don't expect her to really be doing much at all, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not impressed with this uniform. It's just not really doing anything for her. She doesn't have a lot of buffs going on here. I don't expect her damage to be very good. Her skill rotation is not really damage rock friendly, so it's not like you could just pick up this uniform and toss like regular obelisk on her and expect her to do halfway decent. If you want to actually, you know, perform well with her, you're going to want to put a rage on her. So maybe just going to be a Shadowland character if you want another clear for that, but I don't know. I don't expect this uniform to do much for her, so I do not expect Ghost to really be that good or playable. But again, that's just my initial impressions. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if she is actually, you know, good in any area of the game, but I don't expect her to really be doing much. Yeah, so that is the first one here. Very disappointing start. So now let's move over to Taskmaster. So here we have Taskmaster with her Thunderbolt uniform. And it's going to change both of the passives there. And then we've got the all allies increase damage to supervillain superheroes. So retaining the support there. Was it always 45 or was it 40? Yeah, it was 40 before. So we get an extra 5%. I mean, it's something, you know, if you're going to be using this character mainly as a support. And now we have apply to Thunderbolt's allies, increase chain hit damage by 30%, increase guaranteed crit by 20%, and ignore a dodge by 20%. So, okay. So really strong support for Thunderbolts, because that's a lot of extra damage there, and that ignore dodge is really nice. Passive here, guaranteed dodge 35%, skill damage 30%, and bonus damage by 25%. Nothing on the first skill, nothing on the second skill. Third skill, we have a 30% heal. We have increase all attack, all defense by 55%. We have 1% speed and 35% crit rate with 5 seconds of damage immunity. Not too bad. And then, okay, we do have accumulation on her. So we have 10% pure damage when attacking, which is good. And it's 1% for the damage accumulated. So she gets a 100% boost to her damage here. And then the fifth skill, we have 5 seconds of invincibility. We have super armor, increased defense by 20%, and decreased damage received by 20%. So the kit's looking a lot better here. So looking a lot better than Ghost's skills, that's for sure. So maybe Taskmaster might actually be useful outside of just being a support character. So yeah, let's see what the animations look like, see if Taskmaster might be able to dish out some damage. Oh yeah, and Taskmaster gets a tier 4 as well. So let's check this out. First skill, just swipe with the sword and then some shots with the crossbow. Second skill, we're dashing around and shoot the enemy. Alright, third skill. Frame, bring out the sniper. We've got all that dot damage there. Can we get that if we just do this? Yeah, we still get the sniper shot if we cancel. How quickly can we cancel? Okay, so we do have to let it play for a little bit. So wait for her to run up to them. No, wait for... Okay, wait for her to punch the ground. All right, so once she punches the ground, you can cancel that skill. Fourth skill... Shoot some bombs, dash back, and just land. Very short animation. Do we have to do the land to get the explosion? Just shoot and then cancel? No, okay. What about instant cancel? Cannot instant cancel, so you need to wait for her to do the jump and then you can cancel. No, wait for her to throw the bombs and then you can. Okay. All these delay cancels. And fifth skill is going to be... Okay, some swiping with the sword. Hits the ground. Yeah, so definitely going to be proccing on the 5th skill. So I can just do that. Hit the ground. Throw those. Go into the 5th skill. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5 is probably what we're looking at here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that seems pretty nice. Okay, I mean, not too bad. The skills definitely seem a lot better than Ghost so far. And then we have the Awakening skill, tier... Was she a tier 3? Or he, she, whatever. Uniform switch here, so we have the different alternate versions of Taskmaster. I don't think this has changed really at all. I'm probably going to want to proc on that, so I'm assuming we're going to do 3, 4, instant cancel 5 into the tier 3. Yeah, that looks right. Oh yeah, I forgot we can do the... See what this says. So they want you to do 4 first and then 3. I mean, either way, you can do 3 first or 4 first. I don't really see how that makes that big of a difference. Yeah, and then proc on. Maybe it might help with the canceling the skills, because sometimes the kind of distance from you and the enemy can play a part in if the skill will actually cancel. So maybe using 4 first has a better kind of cancel range than the 3rd skill. Maybe the 3rd skill jumps back a little too far and sometimes you might miss your cancel, so that's why they're recommending use 4, because that one should always successfully cancel into the 3rd skill. That might be the reason, but outside of that reason, they should be interchangeable, so use whichever one you feel comfortable with, I would say. Actually, no, does the 4 have... yeah, the forced accumulation. And this one, did it have the... No, it doesn't have a damage proc that transfers over. Okay, that might be one of the reasons, because if you have a damage proc that transfers just to the next one skill, then you want to use that one right before your main skill that you're going to let play out. Yeah, so Taskmaster doesn't look too bad. Accumulation, the skill rotation looks nice. Not super damage proc friendly, but it looks like you should be able to get away with it. There's only a few hits that might proc it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to try out Ghost here. Or not Ghost, I mean Taskmaster. I believe I already have him at tier 3. So I should be able to try him out pretty quickly. Alright, and then the last one is going to be a Winter Soldier. So yeah, Winter Soldier getting his Thunderbolts uniform when he just got his Captain America and Winter Soldier special uniform here for the Revolution. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's just see what we got here. So, changes his leadership in both of his passives. We have increased critical hit damage by 30%, increased chain hit damage by 20%, and increased guaranteed crit by 20%. And I think the crit rate is actually new. Yeah, he does not have the crit rate on his previous uniform, so at bare minimum, so far, he is getting an extra 30% crit damage. Passive here, ignore dodge by 60%. We have 35% skill and 40% bonus. I believe that's the same. I don't think that's changed. Oh, no, I guess extra 5% on skill damage. Excuse me. So he has 5% more skill damage. Leadership, 45% is the same. Oh, yeah, I didn't check this. No, I did check that one. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's all attack, all defense. 35% attack, 30% defense. Yeah, 35, 35. So those are all the same. Yeah. Leadership's the same. All right, so we have nothing on that one, nothing on that one. We have the accumulation here, which is the same as the previous uniform. We have 1%. And then the 4th skill, we have 30% heal, 5 seconds of invincibility, 40% all attack, and it has ignore iframe on the skill. And then the 5th skill, we have 45% attack and defense, 1% speed, 30% crit rate, and 5 seconds of damage immunity. So I don't think much has changed there, because there's the accumulation, there's the all attack and the heal. And then over here is the, again, attack, defense, and crit rate with the invincibility. So, yeah, pretty much the only change from the stat percentages is an extra 30% crit damage and 5% skill damage. And now the skills we have: first skill, shoot; second skill, punches; third skill, got some bombs going off. Okay. Fourth skill. Okay, lots of punches and then explosion. A lot of residual damage. Fifth skill. Okay. Car explosion. So what do we want to proc on? Yeah, we're gonna proc on 4. Maybe. I think that has the longest animation, so we'll do that, do that. So I don't think we hit the ground and do this. I don't know, it just like, it seems like you could proc on either skill, the 5th or the 4th skill, because it looks like you miss out on some of the animation, whichever one you decide to cancel. Tier 3. Yeah, it looks about the same. What do they want me to proc on? Okay, so they do want me to proc on the 4th skill. That's kind of what I thought. It seemed like the best one. We can't instant cancel them. Okay. So yeah, I guess if you do that, you can be, yeah, as long as, yeah, if you do 3-5-4, you can probably get away with a with an obelisk or just a regular damage proc on him if you're quick enough to just like instant cancel all those. So he is damage proc friendly with this uniform. I can't remember his previous uniform. Was he damage proc friendly? He might have been. So yeah, let's do a quick comparison real quick, and see if we notice any major differences here, because I cannot remember. Let's just hop right in. What did they recommend? Oh yeah, he was the rocket one. Oh yeah. I remember that. So yeah, he's damage proc friendly as well, because you just shoot, then as soon as that goes, you just do 3 instant cancel 4. He does come out of the animation a lot quicker, I think, than the other than the newest uniform. They're very similar, but there is definitely more dot damage and like kind of explosion hits with his newest uniform compared to this uniform, so that probably will add to his damage, but I don't expect there to be like a huge difference between these two uniforms based off what I'm seeing here. Probably like a 10% to 15% at most, I would say, increase in damage, because they definitely want the newest uniform to be better than the previous one, but it doesn't look like it's going to be by much. So I will skip this uniform since I just bought this one, the Revolution uniform. I don't really want to buy another uniform for him, and since I don't expect it to be that big of an upgrade, I am just going to stick with this one. So that is going to be a Winter Soldier here. So yeah, 3 new uniforms there. Let me know which ones you picked up, if you built the character, if you're happy with the uniform. I'm curious to know. Also curious if anyone is actually using this Ghost uniform, because I would like to know if it is actually better than what I'm seeing here in the skill preview, but it really just seems very underwhelming to me so far. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.